What's going on, everyone? Real Red Politics here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. I got a new microphone, so I'm hoping the sound quality is better. And I'm hoping that there's not any just microphone cuts like for some reason there has been in the past, in previous videos. And just to get a couple things straight, I want to thank each and every one of you who is still supporting the channel. I appreciate it a lot. I know I haven't been uploading very much lately, and it's just work's been super duper busy. And so I've just been super exhausted when I come home, and I just want to come home and rest. But I know I need to get a video out to you guys. I know it's been a while, and I'm going to do something simple, but it's a video you can't go wrong with. So I'm going to do a kind of a 2024 election prediction, so to speak, on kind of like a rematch between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And I had probably a couple a while ago, but I wanted to kind of take into account, but it's going to be more like the approval rating, which surprise row is low, low. Excuse me. Um, so further ado, we're just going to get into the video, and before we really continue, I want to say, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot. My channel has been growing pretty darn quickly, and I appreciate it a lot. My goal is by Christmas. I know we can do it. Please hit that like button. We'll go for 10 likes. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a pretty realistic goal to achieve. And so try and hit 10 likes for this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to like the video and whatnot. All that stuff. So we're gonna go into the kind of approval rating here real quick. Now here 538. I use 538 because it shows trends and it shows a bunch of other pollsters. Okay, so we have approval rating 41 approve, 53 disapprove. I kind of doubt that because Joe Biden is a terrible president. Fairly large sample sizes as of actually really recently, like from YouGov, 39% approval rating. From from the other reports, 40. I mean 44, 37. So mid to high 30s, and then low 40s. So I'm gonna kind of taking a look in account of everything here. The approval rating definitely is not great for Joe Biden. I mean, he is not a good president, first of all. I think that has something to do with it. But, that is what it is. So, let's just get into, the video here right away. We're going to start with the safe red states. And those would be like, you got your Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, all of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. We're even going to go to Texas, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and I'm also going to say Florida, especially considering that Ron DeSantis won that state by 20 points in his re-election bid for the governor's race. And so I'm going to put Florida in the safe red, which I probably wouldn't have done previously. So that's a change from the previous election video. Florida being, safe red. South Carolina, safe red. Anything else? Tennessee, definitely safe red. Kentucky, safe red. Ohio, I'm not going to put a safe red. Alaska, safe red. And so that's what we have for the safe Republican, safe Republican. So it currently sits at 203. Now we're going to go with the safe Democrat. Washington, Oregon, California, Colorado, Illinois. What else? Actually, hold on. I missed a state for the safe Republican. Safe Republican, West Virginia. Okay, now we got New York. Got, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and of course DC. Those all generally go Democrat, and I'm not forgetting Hawaii this time. Not forgetting Hawaii. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of that sort of situation, in terms of what is a safe Republican state, what is a safe Democrat state. And I think the map's expanded a little bit in terms of the Republicans' favor. And, considering the House is now the Republicans' favor, I think that'll help them a lot. I think that'll help Donald Trump, because he did announce his candidacy for presidency, and I like my full support is behind him. I support him over Ron DeSantis, mainly because I know what Donald Trump's capable of. I know his abilities, and I know that he is genuinely, he's going to be a great president. I think he will be president. I think he will serve as the 47th president. And so now we're going to let's take a look at maybe some, we'll get to from the likely to lean, that those tilt categories. I'm not going to just, flip from tilt, lean, I'm just going to do it all in one go. So, it makes it a little bit smoother. We're going to start with Wisconsin. I'm going to put that as a tilt, mainly because Ron Johnson did win his re-election bid. Unfortunately, Tony Evers won his re-election bid for governor. Tony Evers is a terrible governor, but, it is what it is. Let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see, what else can we do? I'm going to put Arizona as tilt. And the reason is because Carrie Lake is popular there, and I know she's not running for president. However, I think it's very possible that a lot of those voters are going to, they're upset with, the governor's race down there, and I think a lot of them are going to, maybe a lot of people who voted for, like Mark Kelly, or who voted for Joe Biden in 2020 will vote for Trump in 24 because, a lot of people are noticing, hey, Joe Biden sucks. We need a good president, and Donald Trump tends to be that, tends to the in the lean category. Excuse me. The reason is because Joe Lombardo did win by 30,000 votes, over 30,000 votes, I believe it was, which is so he flipped the governor's seat from Steve Sisolak. I think that's pretty good, and I think that will help Trump a lot. And can't forget Indiana. Indiana is a safe red state. What am I doing? Ohio, likely 100% because Mark DeWine, first of all, his influence there. He's an average governor. He's not my favorite. He's not the worst Republican governor, I think. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's not best. But I'm sorry, he's not terrible, but he's not the best. Ohioans seem to like him for whatever reason. Vermont, I'm going to put that as a likely Democrat, despite it having I think that's the state with a Republican governor, with Chris Sununu. But Vermont tends to swing Democrat when it comes to presidential elections. In fact, pretty much most of the East Coast does. And so we're gonna take a look at Maine here. I don't really know which district usually goes red and blue. I know it's usually split, so I'm just gonna. If it's like the opposite, please let me know, and I will make a pinned comment saying it's the opposite. But I don't think it really matters because both districts usually one goes one way and the other goes the other way. Michigan, this is an interesting one. Now, Trump did win it in 2016. 2020, he, lost it, so to speak. If I had to kind of think about, approval rating, the fact that Trump did pretty darn good in the Rust Belt in 2016, he did pretty good in 2020, the whole Midwest region really, honestly, I think I'm going to put that in probably the tilt Republican category. That puts Trump over 270, which is what he needs to win. And I think that's very possible. And I think New Mexico, it's going to likely Dem. I think, unfortunately, New Mexico had a fairly close governor's race with Mark Ronchetti. He was a good candidate, but he just couldn't pull through. And sucks, but it is what it is. Pennsylvania is an interesting one. Now, it doesn't matter at this point because looking at the map total, Donald Trump obviously wins the presidency. Minnesota, it's not going to be safe Democrat. It's not going to be a likely Democrat, but it probably will be a lean Democrat. A little bit more than a tilt, but not quite likely, and I think it'll get within the 2 to 5 margin there in Minnesota. Virginia, because of Glenn Youngkin's influence, and Glenn Youngkin probably closer to the election will probably endorse Trump. But if DeSantis doesn't run, Youngkin will endorse Trump. DeSantis does run, Youngkin will probably endorse DeSantis. I want Trump to win. I really do. DeSantis, good governor, but he needs to finish his term in Florida. So Virginia. Do I want to put it as lean or tilt? Probably should. That's a good one. I'm going to put it as tilt just because it did go Democrat in the 2016 election cycle and the 2020 election cycle. But I think, there's been a shift. I think North Carolina is also very likely to, Ted Budd won his senator seat. I think we're likely to see a likely North Carolina there. And Pennsylvania, for some reason, elected John Fetterman, and for some reason, elected Josh Shapiro. Don't know why. Don't know why. I don't have an answer to that. There's a video on what I think, like in my opinion, of what I think happened in Pennsylvania. I will be sure to link that in the right hand corner right now. But based off trends in Pennsylvania, I'm going to put that as a likely Dem. Or, I'm sorry, as a lean Democrat. I'm not confident it'll be likely, but it'll be more than tilt. So currently, at that final total, with Hawaii included this time around, because I, for some reason, always forget Hawaii. I don't know why, but I do forget Hawaii. I have every. Yeah, I have all the. Just make sure I have every state. So that's what I have. The final total was 307 votes. Donald Trump, the Republican Party, to 229 Joe Biden, the Democrat Party. So that's the current prediction as it sits right now. This was I had a poll done saying whether or not you wanted Donald Trump versus Joe Biden as like a rematch video, or DeSantis versus Joe Biden, like a 2024 kind of alternate prediction, so to speak. But polls showed that more of you wanted Donald Trump, and so that's the video I decided to go with. And if I will put one out of Joe Biden versus DeSantis. I think that's going to be a popular video too. But that's what we have as the current total so far. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe below. It'd mean a lot. Be sure to stay tuned for more, political content coming your guys' way. Like I said, I'm trying to do my best to upload for you guys. It probably won't be every day during a week for a while, just because work is really busy right now. But I will still try and get content out there. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support the channel. And thank you guys again so much for watching. So stay tuned for more political content coming your guys' way. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.